Story of Lester Rivers, who grew up in a poor family that had nothing. Him and his siblings shared clothes because they couldn't afford new ones. A proud God-fearing family that went to church on Sunday Bible study on Wednesdays, and paid their tithes of whatever they had. Lester Rivers was a junior deacon at the church and also shared other duties at church. There was no stressful times in his life even when money was tight. Him and his family always prayed, and as a result God found a way for them to see it through. They always gave back to the community even when they had nothing tangible to give. Lester Rivers had to drop out of school because he had to get a job to help his parents with the bills. 5 years went by of Lester juggling his job and responsibilities at church. Lester started receiving merit raises and higher positions at the job. The responsibilities at work started demanding more of his time, to where he started neglecting his duties at church. He then figured that if he just kept up with his prayers to God that things would be okay. One day Lester was offered the CEO position and he had to move to another state to operate that position. This position demanded 75% of his time, but yet it paid him so well. Within a year Lester was considered a wealthy man and hasn't seen much of his family, friends, church, and people from his neighborhood. He was among the elites and became a member of a rich club where he had to pay his dues to remain there. He started doing a lot of rich people habits because that's what he was being groomed into. 6 more years passed and Lester started losing millions of dollars from 6 of the companies that he was president of, and members of the board decided to let him go and told him that if he didn't pay it back, then they would press charges against him. Lester knew that he didn't steal the money and it had to be an inside job, but he couldn't find out who was doing the stealing. He also knew that he couldn't cover all of the millions that needed to be paid back. He was terrified and didn't know what to do. He finally called his father after 7 years and asked for advice. He told his father that his attorney said that the best thing that he can do is talk his sentence down to a lesser time, but yet he was still going to have to do at least 7 years before parole. His father asked him, "Son, did you talk to your father?" Lester said, "That's why I'm calling you." His dad said, "No, son, not me, but our divine Father." Well, that night Lester finally got on his knees after years of an hiatus of talking to God. He prayed to God and asked God why he let this bad thing happen to him when he was a God-fearing man. He asked God, how could you leave me at such time like this?" Lester went to sleep and God spoke to him. God told Lester, "Son, I never left you. It was you that evicted me." Lester then asked God, "How, my Lord?" Then God said to Lester, "My son, you evicted me from your heart.